Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Hope you're having an amazing day, guys. Today everybody, we are ranking the MCU villains. These are the main villains, not like the little side villains that no one really cared about. These are the main villains in the main movie. So basically what was the main villain in the movie. If you do enjoy, guys, make sure you like button and subscribe, guys. Apologies for no face cam, it's currently not working. I do need to sort it out, and I'm basically doing like a really big block of recording, so you might see a few videos with no face cam, but hopefully they will be back. But like I said in a couple of other videos, it's only a tier list, so you don't really need to see my face. So yeah, let's get straight into everybody. So first we've got the Abomination. This is basically like the first main villain of the MCU. Abomination, really strong, to be honest, really good. I think the only trouble with Abomination, he wasn't shown properly in the film. By the way, guys, this is on power. This is how powerful they are, or how much they made a difference in the MCU. So Abomination, I'm probably going to put B tier. He was the first villain, but I think his movie let him down to show how powerful he really is. Obviously, he is coming back into the MCU with like She-Hulk, and he was in Shang-Chi and stuff like that. So hopefully, we'll see a little bit more of him. But right now, this is where I'm going to keep him. Next, we've got Alexander Pierce. He is a bog standard human, so honestly, D tier. He got killed off really easy as well. Bog standard, D tier, nothing really much to say about him. Next, we've got Dormammu. Dormammu is going to be easy S tier. Yes, he got defeated. Well, he didn't even get defeated. He basically, because Doctor Strange used the time zone so many times, he gave up. But honestly, he beat Doctor Strange every single time, and he could honestly crush Earth with literally just a bite from him, and that's it. Earth is done. Really, really strong, and hopefully we'll see more of him in the new Doctor Strange. Because at the end credit scene, we saw Dormammu's, I think, niece basically come into the MCU. So hopefully we'll see some more of him, and hopefully we might see a fight with him. But yeah, he is very, very, very strong. Next, we've got Ego. Now, Ego's a difficult one because I know Ego is very powerful. He is a celestial. He is a planet. That little human you've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that's just a puppet of him. Ego is actually the planet. He is the planet. Very, very strong. However, the film was too comical to the point where you didn't really see that power. So I know he's very powerful, but I do think he's going to go in A tier. I would put him in S, but I do think he's in A tier just because of his film and how lackluster it was when it came to how powerful he was. Next, we've got Ghost. Now, to be honest, Ghost isn't really that strong. She's stronger than Alexander Pierce, so I'm going to put her in C tier. She's stronger than Alexander Pierce, but she is not very strong. And to be honest, didn't really make a significance either. Next, we've got Justin Hammer. It is an Iron Man villain. He didn't really do much either. He was trying to basically buy out Iron Man, so another D tier, really. Any bog standard humans are going to go straight into D tier because they weren't really that special. Next, we've got Hela. Now, Hela really, like, what they did to Hela really peed me off. They killed her off so soon. I wanted to see her, honestly, swap her for Loki in the first Avengers, and you would be amazed. Hela's so powerful, and obviously I know like the closer she got to Asgard, the more powerful she got. But she was still powerful on Earth. She destroyed Thor's hammer, for God's sake. And I guess Surtur the whole Ragnarok theme was Surtur's going to destroy Asgard, and he was unstoppable, but honestly, she's going to have to go in A tier, not S, just because the film killed her off so soon, and it really upsets me. People like her and the Ancient One, I wanted to see more. I wanted to see them fight. I wanted to see them, like, imagine the Ancient One in Endgame, or imagine the Ancient One in Infinity War fighting Thanos. How good that would have been. So yeah, she's going in A tier. Next we've got Ironmonger. Now I'm going to put Ironmonger in C tier. I was going to put him in D, but he did make the suit and he nearly beat Iron Man. If it wasn't for Iron Man's brains and like how the suit worked, he would have lost. Like I say, Ironmonger was one of them, another one of Iron Man's villains where he was basically really jealous of what he had and he wanted to try and copy that. But he didn't have the full ins and outs of like the Stark brain, so he didn't know what really went into it. And it was a really rushed suit that he made. But he was still very, very good, and I do like him. Next up, Calcius. I think that's how you say his name. Is it Calcius? I've never really known how to say his name. But to be honest, he's a very forgettable villain. Didn't really like him. He's going to go in D tier. He wasn't really that powerful, really, either. And he was very forgetful. Next, we've got Killmonger. Killmonger, I'm going to put in C tier. Just because why Killmonger was technically the Black Panther T'Challa was easily able to defeat him. Now, there is a rumor going around that Killmonger might not actually be dead, and he might appear in the new Black Panther, because we didn't actually see him die, we just see him fell to the floor. I think he's dead. I do think he's dead, but we'll have to wait and see. Next, we've got Loki. Now, Loki, I'm going to put in B tier. Loki's actually quite powerful. He is the god of mischief. He likes to cause mischief. He caused a lot of mischief. But with his change of heart, obviously in the Loki series, now he's turning good and he wants to try and help people. It's knocked him down a few notches. But he is very good, and he's probably one of the best Marvel villains. He's one of the most remembered. You know, you say name a Marvel villain, obviously you might go to Thanos and stuff like that, but Loki is probably in your top 3. You know, if you're just naming them out your head. Next, we've got Malekith. Now, he's another very forgetful person, and he wasn't that strong either. He died very easily. D tier. I can't really say much because the film was crap as well. It didn't really help either. Next, we've got Red Skull. Now, Red Skull I'm actually going to put B tier. Red Skull was very powerful. Extremely powerful. However, his power kind of got to his head, and that was his downfall. His power got to his head. And yet again, I'm going to be totally honest with you. There is going to be a tier list coming for like all the MCU movies. That one will come. But I wasn't a fan of the first Avenger. Captain America First Avenger. I wasn't a massive fan, which I think for me brought Red Skull down as well. Next got Ronan. Ronan was basically just Thanos' servant, and he did a really poor job. I will put him in C tier because obviously he had the Power Stone, so he has got a lot of power. But yeah, he's not very forgetful either. He's very forgetful as well, so he isn't great. He's going in C tier. Next we've got Sonny Birch. I think this is another Iron Man villain, or it could be a Captain. I honestly don't have a clue who this is, so I'm just going to put him in D tier. Next, we've got the big boy Thanos. Get into S tier. Thanos was amazing, and obviously with 6 Infinity Stones, he was the strongest being on Earth. He could do anything. He could click his fingers and wish for anything, and it will happen. I think his whole run-up through all the Marvel movies, you know, seeing him bit by bit to the point where I think Infinity War did so well because they seen it from the villain's point of view. Thanos had the most screen time, and it was his backstory and how he wanted, you know, his goal in life. People understood what he wanted to do, but he just did it in the wrong manner. Really good villain, really powerful, deserves an S tier. Ultron, B tier. I would have put him higher, but his film didn't really do him any pride, to be honest. Ultron, I feel like they shouldn't have killed off either. They should have tried to maybe... I don't know. Obviously, there was a lot of problems with Age of Ultron. Obviously, there was the strike going on at the time, which meant like they only had half a script and stuff like that. But I think Ultron deserves to have more than that. Obviously, he can't because he's dead now. But he is AI, so he could come back quite easily. But at the minute, he's going to be a B tier. Next, we've got Vulture. Vulture, I'm going to put C tier. Spider-Man's first villain. A very iconic villain for Spider-Man, so it makes sense. But like I say, he wasn't very powerful at all. Next, got Whiplash. I'm just going to put Whiplash like top of D tier. I really didn't like Whiplash. They did him dirty. He got defeated really easily as well. And overall, he just wasn't great. Next, got Winter Soldier. Now, I'm actually going to put Winter Soldier in... Honestly, looking at this tier list, I'm going to put Abomination up in A tier. Because he is very powerful. Next, got Winter Soldier. I'm going to put Winter Soldier in B tier. I thought he was really good for Civil War. And obviously, even before that, Captain America Winter Soldier. He's a very good villain. Obviously, he had a change of heart. And obviously, he's now good now. But I think if you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier... you could see that, you know, he still had that evilness into him. So I do think maybe there could be an evil arc coming up in the future. But yeah, he's very good. And I do like it how, you know, we thought he died and he came back. And yeah, overall, he was just a really good villain. Next, we've got Yellow Jacket. Another one that's going to go in the bottom of D tier. Well, top of D tier. He just wasn't great. People are saying this is one of the weakest villains to have a suit. Which what I mean by that is he had some type of superpower, you know, he could go really small and stuff like that. He was Ant-Man's kind of counterpart, and he just died really easily. He wasn't great, didn't add anything to the storyline. He was just there, and he just got dealt with. Same with Yon-Rogg. I've only seen Captain Marvel once, and honestly, I only want to see it once. And yet again, he wasn't a great villain. Nothing really happened. Captain Marvel was way too powerful for him, defeated him really easily. And finally, we've got Zemo. Now, actually, I'm going to put Zemo in C tier. He's a very weak himself, but his mind games is very strong. And with his mind games, he was able to manipulate loads of Avengers against themselves, with obviously like watching the Winter Soldier kill Iron Man's parents and stuff like that. And because of his brains, I'm going to put him in C tier. Obviously, if he came up into a fight against all of them, he would get wrecked. But brain-wise, he was very smart, and he was able to turn them cogs on other people's heads to turn against each other. So there you go. That is my list. Do you agree, guys? Put your top 3 villains in the comments. That'd be much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you like button and subscribe, guys. Like I say, this is on the new Deathwing Reacts channel. We're going to try and get to 1K as soon as possible. And like I say, thank you for all the support on the channel. You know, we've got, I think, by the time this one gets released, we'll probably have 5 or 6 videos out. But, like I say, thank you for all for the support. Much appreciated, everybody. And I'll speak to you all later. Bye!